Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 8 de O Mundo Sussurrante. Iniciamos o capítulo 4 do jogo, às portas do Castelo de Corona, precisando dar um jeito de entrar.
That was a really impressive ride. I still can't believe we arrived safely. I can't go back yet. I have a mission to fulfill.
Abismo,
Whoa! Did I mention that I suffer from severe vertigo?
que tal ir até lá?
Jumping is not the answer. Do you hear, Chadwick? Don't do it.
Pedaço de pau.
Blimey, a stick. Nature, as usual, provides me with an abundance of useful items. Hip hip hooray.
Arbusto.
Grandpa used to rhapsodize about the beautiful landscape surrounding Corona. This little shrub seems to be all that's left of it. One branch is enough.
Pórtico do castelo.
I've come such a long way, and now I'm going to die. Slumped in front of this gate. Fate is probably sitting on its front porch, sipping cocoa, looking down on me and laughing.
É só abrir.
No lock, no handle, no inbuilt mechanism. I've managed to open quite a few doors, but this is the mother of all doors. What on earth should I do?
Chama o pessoal de dentro para abrir. Peça por favor.
Hello? Is there anybody in there? Can I come in? Hello?
Ele vai abrir a porta com esse pedaço de pau?
Heavens, that proves it. I'm completely desperate. I'm really trying anything.
Ah, tem um buraco aqui.
There's a gap beneath the door, but I doubt I can repeat my famed tray routine here. I don't have a tray, and the door has no key.
Colocar a mão no buraco?
That won't help. I can't even get my hand through it.
O galho no buraco?
Let's see if I can unlock this gate with this stick from the other side. A piece of cake. Are you crazy? This is the royal castle's gate, and not the Asgill's latrine door. I have to come up with something better.
O spot vai abrir pelo lado de dentro. Sempre spot para salvar. Spot bolinhas.
No chance. Even now, Spot's too big to fit through the gap.
Ah, não, spot folha. Mais fino para passar por baixo do buraco, não para entrar num buraco.
Hey, Spot, can you help me open the gate? I have no idea. Who knows what awaits you in there? One thing's for sure, though. It won't be easy. You know what I'm talking about. And, hey, Spot, if you manage to do it, I'll take back some of the things I said about you. Good luck, buddy.
Agora vou jogar com spot? Roda. Ah, mas ele não fala nem examina nada, não abre as coisas, ele só se move. Ah, o Chasque ali, o mensageiro. Pronto, mudei para bola. Ele não pode ir no balanço? De fogo, ele vai queimar o arbusto? Ah, agora abriu um buraco de rato ali. Que ele não passa desse tamanho. Pela calha. Ah, agora ele não passa pela calha desse jeito. Bolinha. Dentro do tonel. Agora... bola.
Now look at this mess! I'm completely soaked! Just wait, you little monster!
Meia.
Hey, leave my rags alone!
Vir lá por cima para cair dentro das roupas? É, deve ser, porque que teria essa coisa de vir por cima. E agora que ele está dentro da meia, qual é a grande ideia? Mova para a direita. Mude para as bolinhas. Cai no balde. Muda para fogo e faz um balão de ar. É isso.
Well, you don't see things like that every day.
Well done, Spot. You really did it. I suppose it wasn't all that hard, but I'm proud of you all the same. Hello? Hello? Heavens, it's all deserted here. Where could the king be? Once again, there's no handle. This door has a peculiar door knocker, though. Unfortunately, it's defective. The ring is missing. The door doesn't have a lock. Only this defective door knocker. As long as the door knocker is incomplete, I can't knock on the door. How did Spot manage that? The gate's open, and I like it that way. A deep, dark shaft, much like my life. How? The crank is missing. That's not a wishing well.
Sedgwick, what are you doing here?
What do you think? I'm doing your job. Saving the world and so on.
Oh dear, Sedgwick, it's way too late for that.
Yeah, whatever. You may as well rescind your responsibility. I will at least try, if you don't mind. If the world really has to end, at least it won't be my fault.
You foolish, plucky clown. Whatever have I drawn you into? You'd better hide. Quick!
que está acontecendo?
What's going on anyway?
The end is near. The Asgil are attacking.
I know. I've just escaped from their hideout.
You've been inside the Asgil's fortress? And you're still alive?
Well, if you can call it living.
Podemos detê-los.
We could still prevent it. I've got the Whispering Stone, remember?
You still have it? I mean, of course you do. I've been planning this right from the beginning, which makes it all the more tragic that you're too late. Oh, but don't be sad. I knew it was a risk involving an amateur.
Right. Your plan was great, but it was me who dawdled too long, wasn't it?
Don't be hard on yourself. I'm proud of you nonetheless. After all, you're not a chasky like me.
Onde está o rei?
Where is the king?
He locked himself in his chambers. In order to get there, you'll have to go from the throne room through the astrolab. I'm afraid he's not well at all.
Que passa?
What's wrong with the king?
Nobody knows for sure. Perhaps the impending doom is eating him. Only one thing is certain. He is very weak.
Eu não consigo avançar.
I'm not making any progress. Can't you help me somehow?
Sadwick. I can't always do all the work for you.
Right. My lack of self-reliance must be a terrible burden on you.
Oh, forget it, little friend. I taught you everything a chasky has to know. You'll get by without me.
Me arrependo da pergunta, mas como você chegou aqui?
I bet I'll be sorry I asked, but... How did you get here?
Ah, yes. That's a long and thrilling story.
Uh,
Now, where shall I start?
O que aconteceu lá na margem?
what happened at the shore?
The shore? Oh, yes, I remember. Like it was yesterday.
It was yesterday.
I'd been sitting there alone for quite some time, practicing a secret chasky technique.
Microsleep?
I can do it under 3 seconds if my stomach's empty. Anyway, a cloud suddenly appeared in the sky. A gust of wind blew up strongly, and I began to shiver. I drew my knife and took out a couple of bombs that I still had in my backpack, just in case. I was all prepared when I heard a cracking sound from the underbrush. I tensed every muscle, and then...
And then...
Then I dropped everything, grabbed the backpack, and ran as fast as I could.
What?
When I turned around, I saw only a fox, but I had already left my hiding place. I was sure the Asgil had seen me. That's why I never turned back. It was simply too dangerous.
Too dangerous? Too dangerous? I thought you had gotten into a fight.
Ha! Never. I'm too clever for that.
You must mean gutless. I can't believe it. I traveled half of the world after you just because you were scared of a fox?
It was a very big fox.
Ah!
Como você se livrou dos asguios?
How did you escape the Asgil?
The Asgil? I haven't been to the Asgil's fortress.
You haven't? But the guard told me about a scrawny green prisoner.
Scrawny? How did you get the idea that could have been me? I work out regularly. I'm way too fit to let myself get caught by the Asgil.
So you somehow outran them. Was there a chase?
You bet. At least, if by outrun, you mean hide in a cave. And by chase, you mean collecting berries.
Como você pôde chegar em Corona?
How did you get back to Corona?
On secret chasky trails.
Let me guess. You vanished into thin air, and the wind blew you here?
No, I had my hearthstone still set on the courtyard.
I didn't hear that.
What? Did I say anything?
E a isso chama aventura?
And that's what you call an adventure?
No, I call that routine. As a chasky, you experience so many incredible things. Not every critical situation gets you worked up anymore.
Obviously. And that's exactly the reason why you sit here so placidly.
That's right.
Even though the end is near and the Asgil are attacking?
Yeah,
And one of them is even now standing right behind you?
What? Yes. You almost got me there, didn't you? You have to get up very early if you want to pull a chasky's leg.
At 10 o'clock, do?
Let's say 11. I like to sleep late.
Creio que já escutei o suficiente.
I think I've heard enough.
I know. My hair-raising adventures are not for the faint-hearted.
Você se esconde num tonel?
You're hiding in a barrel? Is that how a Chasky behaves?
Don't let your eyes fool you. This here is a Chasky survival barrel. The legendary Chasky, Shoshi, once traversed the mighty Drummel Falls in one of these.
At a safe distance from the falls, I presume.
Why, of course.
Fique aí tranquilo, eu vou salvar o mundo.
You might as well stay here. I'll go and save the world.
Always adhere to what I taught you.
Acorda.
The inscription on my tombstone will read, though he could not save the world, his knowledge of the regional clotheslines was excellent. It looks better than the stuff Grandpa cooks. The life of a cow. Yuck. No, I'd rather have mildew soup. It looks particularly content. It doesn't seem to care that the world is about to end. The life of a cow. I'd need an appropriate vessel for milking the cow, and more importantly, a good reason. Moo. The wind is blowing from, the east. I can't reach it, but why should I? It's for indicating the wind direction. Beyond that, it's pretty pointless. I wonder why that's here. Seems to be of virtually no use. No, Spot. You can play with a seesaw later. We've got more important business right now. That's a waste of time. This seesaw doesn't seem to serve any purpose.
Mosaico.
Wait a second. That's not how the royal insignia is supposed to look. It's all mixed up, and one part's missing. And who will have to fix it?
Basta montar isso aqui direito. Sem ter o desenho do que a gente tem que montar.
This tile looks a little different. The floor wasn't fixed properly.
A peça do mosaico que estava faltando, mas se não montar o mosaico não adianta nada.
I can't get my fingers into the cracks. They're simply too stubby. The throne is empty. Where's the king? No, I'm not worthy of that. Hello? Your Majesty, isn't there anybody here?
Fechadura do trono?
Well, what have we here? A keyhole. A secret royal compartment, maybe? It would be a rotten lock if I could open it with my bare hands.
Porta das masmorras.
Have door handles gone out of fashion that badly? Phew. These locked doors are really getting on my nerves.
Tapete.
This tapestry is hung on a bar. It can be moved, obviously. An ergonomic handle with an axle. That must be a lever. Locked doors wherever you look. No further explanation, just no. There's a gap behind this shield. Hang on. There seems to be something behind it. There really is something behind this shield. Let's see. Phew. I can't do it. Hey, Spot. Can you help me get this shield off the wall somehow? There. And now? Ha! As I suspected all along. Wait for it. A secret mechanism. Interesting. The counterweight for that gate over there hangs from this chain. I'd better keep my hands off it. When the grate comes crashing down, the chain would frazzle my palms. Hey, you! Are you the royal astronomer?
I own?
I own? What's that supposed to mean?
Bervikers Eiser Ogre o Iver?
What?
Bervikers Eiser Ogre o Iver?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Ogre. I own and so on. To Iverm, too. Oh dear. Obviously, the astronomer speaks a foreign language. Astronomic or something.
Sistema planetário.
That's quite impressive. I have to admit, I'm deeply daunted. Include me out. I'm not going to touch anything here, let alone break something. For a change, I mean.
Telescópio.
That must have been very expensive.
Astrônomo.
That's not the king for sure. Unfortunately, I never learned sign language. But hey, I can ride a unicycle and operate a honky nose.
Giz. Do quadro negro.
White chalk. The astronomer must use it to improve his circle drawing skills.
Enfeite de lua.
This crescent is quite sharp-edged. Here we go.
Manivela.
A crank handle, for cranking, I guess.
Engrenagem.
The gearbox seems to be all right. I'd better not mess with that.
Mecanismo.
That seems to be the mechanism that drives the planetary system. But something is missing. A crank handle.
Boca de lubrificante.
Uh-oh. I have to be very careful I don't spill anything. I wonder if I can do it without using something else.
Dicionário.
Oh dear, it's all mixed up. All right, go for it.
De A a G em primeiro. Ah, agora ficou lá o de A a Z. A, G. H, N. Tá, agora você vai entender o que ele fala porque as letras estão em ordem.
Hello? Can you really not understand me?
What? How? Wait a second. I can understand you after all. Yeah, loud and clear even. How fortunate. Let's hope it's not too late yet.
Too late? For what?
We've got big trouble. The king, the fountain, the fabric of space and time.
Hold it, hold it. Why don't you start from the beginning?
Quem é você?
Who are you, anyway?
I am the royal astronomer.
The king would have been better to hire a couple of soldiers. Where's the rest of the staff?
They fled.
So what are you still doing here?
What do you think? I'm keeping my calm. If the world is ending anyway, it makes no difference where I am, does it? But if a hero happens to show up to save the world, he might need help.
So you know what to do?
In theory, yes. But before you get your hopes up too high, our chances are slim.
Onde posso encontrar o rei?
Where can I find the king?
You can't at the moment, I'm afraid. He's retreated to his chambers.
And those are behind this door, right?
That's right. But the door can only be opened when there's water in the fountain.
And the fountain is broken, I bet?
One could say that, yes.
O que passa com o rei?
What's wrong with the king?
It doesn't look good. The king is very weak. He needs the water of life. But the fountain has run dry, and the way to his chambers is blocked. One would have to repair the fabric of space and time. That would get both the fountain and the door working again. Unfortunately, only the king himself can do that.
That sounds like a vicious circle. There is no possible solution.
Like I told you, it doesn't look good.
Qual é o problema na fonte?
What's the trouble with the fountain?
The fabric of space and time has ripped.
And by fabric of space and time, you mean?
The model of the planetary system. Over there. It's a very powerful object. It not only drives the fountain, it also represents our planetary system. It's almost a perfect model.
How exciting for an astronomer.
Don't be fooled. Planetary movement, times of the day, cycles of the year. This model measures the very heartbeat of our world. In doing so, it reaches such a level of accuracy, you could almost say that the world acts in accordance with it. One thing's for sure, mind you, they both influence each other.
The world acts in accordance to the model?
Yes, isn't that fascinating?
Does that mean if somebody was to repair the model, the end would be prevented?
In theory, yes. But only somebody of royal blood could do something like that. It's far too important.
But the king is locked behind this door.
Yes,
Which won't open
you're right.
because the model of the planetary system is broken.
That is the problem.
Heavens! Whoever conceives these absurd mechanisms all the time?
Eu poderia ajudar.
I could help, couldn't I?
You don't make a fool of yourself. Only the king is important enough to repair the model of the planetary system.
But the king isn't here. Let me at least try. What possible harm could there be? Could the world end twice?
That's a valid thought.
There. Just tell me what to do.
There are a couple of things.
Like always.
First of all, there is no oil for lubrication. Without oil, it can't be cranked up. Much worse, though, is that one of the planets is missing. The Whispering Stone.
Did you say Whispering Stone?
Yes, it represents our planet in the space-time continuum. Unfortunately, it's lost.
Eu trago más notícias.
I've got some bad news.
That's not very uncommon these days, but never mind. Fire away.
Foi profetizado que eu destruiria o mundo.
It has been prophesied to me that I'll destroy the world.
And that brings you running straight to the control room of the universe? I don't want to criticize too harshly, but it doesn't sound as if you've given it much thought.
Os Asgils planejam um ataque.
The Asgil are planning an attack.
We'd better hurry then. Only the king can save us from the Asgil.
Spot trouxe a pedra do sussurro.
Spot has swallowed the Whispering Stone.
What are you saying? You know where the Whispering Stone is?
Not exactly. My pet has swallowed it.
Oh no. Say it's not true. We need the stone to repair the fabric of space and time. Without it, we're dead in the water.
I should have fed him in time.
Your lamenting doesn't help. You'd better come up with something. In the meantime, I look for my dissecting instruments.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I'll find another way.
Não sou o herói, mas palhaço sem talento.
I'm not a hero, just an untalented clown.
Oh, a clown, you say?
Yeah?
Not a hero? Not a prince?
No, just a clown. And not even a good one at that.
Do you at least have a birthmark? Or a peculiar scar?
Nothing of that sort.
Well, it's really bad then.
Eu poderia falar de problemas todo dia.
I could go on talking about problems the whole day long.
It looks very bad indeed, my friend.
Nice ear trumpet.
What are you saying?
All right. I have a few more questions about the repair.
Questions? What questions? Didn't you listen closely enough?
I did. But it's a lot of information in one go.
All right. What exactly is the problem?
Não consigo recuperar a pedra do sussurro.
I can't get to the Whispering Stone.
Well, at least we know where it is. All we need now are my dissecting instruments.
Or a better idea? Preferably one that leaves my best friend's abdominal wall intact.
Ha! It's too late to become emotional. We have a mission.
Não encontro azeite.
I can't find any oil.
Have you tried the alchemy lab in the adjoining tower? My brother used to distill oil from olive pits there. I can't think of anything else at the moment.
Your brother?
Yes. He was the royal alchemist of the court.
What became of him?
He died of natural causes. Well, natural for an alchemist. His boots were still smoldering at the funeral.
Como posso fazer para que essa coisa funcione?
How can I get this thing going?
That shouldn't be a problem. The crank must be lying around here somewhere. But make sure the planets are aligned in the right order. And the planetary system is thoroughly greased. If there is even the slightest mistake, it could all end in catastrophe.
I'd rather try it alone.
You do that.
I think I know what to do now.
So why are you still standing here? Go on. Time is running out.
Tem uma chave aqui.
The way things work out here, I suppose the key will eventually be useful. Sometimes my whole life seems like a locked door. What use is this now? A door knocker without a door?
Uma porta lá fora que precisava de uma aldrava. E um poço aqui que não tinha manivela também.
Wow, a whole bucket of water. I guess that makes up for the blisters on my hands.
Porta sem aldrava.
There at last.
O laboratório do primo que morreu queimado?
No. No sign of a hidden trap here. You should play safe whenever you open a strange chest. Well, what have we here? A mortar and pestle. How grinding.
Labirinto de tubos. Misturador de pintura.
What's this? A color blender? Oh my, that's going to be fun.
Frasco vazio.
Either it's empty, or it contains an invisibility potion.
Tabela periódica.
Those are the 5 elements, from left to right. Vernon, Aphrium, Silentium, Pornitium, and From. You can tell them apart by their color. I'd better leave it here. That's a still. Grandma used to employ one to make booze from river elves. The handling is quite easy. You put something in there you want to distill, then you heat the glass bulb. Oh dear, the pipes are all topsy-turvy. There are open tube ends everywhere from which steam emerges. But I only see 2 cork stoppers. I should repair that immediately.
Sei lá de onde sai. Sai daqui do matraço. Duas rolhas. Uma rolha e uma rolha. E tchu. Sistema fechado. Vem por aqui, por aqui, por aqui, pode fazer qualquer curva. Ah, tem um tubo quebrado aqui, por isso. Aqui, vem aqui. Só que por aqui tá subindo também, né? Tá, então agora fechou. Vem por aqui, aqui está fechado. Daí vem por aqui, sobe por aqui, por aqui. E chega lá. E agora tem que ligar para ver se não escapa vapor.
It won't produce anything as long as there are no ingredients in the glass bulb. No, I can't make use of distilled water.
Na verdade, ele tinha que sair do palácio e vir aqui pegar as calças nas folhagens.
Those are not Grandpa's pantaloons. That's a bit disappointing.
Se eu tenho um cofre e tenho uma chave, o que você faria?
Yeah, hey, there really was a secret compartment in the throne. Oh boy, I can't wait to look inside. Well, let's have a look then. Hey, what's that? Some pliers, a handsaw, and a crowbar. That's not the secret royal compartment. That's the secret royal toolbox. It's empty now.
Vou tirar o mosaico com pé de cabra.
Even I can manage this. Ouch! Oh, that hurts. Well, never mind. Who needs shoulder joints when I have a mosaic tile? Pretty neat, but I don't quite like the color.
E o dicionário ele já trabalhou.
Here's a volume about astronomy. Let's see. Copernicus is bigger than Frubble, but smaller than Avrius. The planet in the middle is called Ponytooth. It's the biggest of the 5 planets. Looking from the sun, the planets keep getting bigger, then smaller again after Ponytooth. Silentia is the second planet in the system, but it's not the second smallest. Frobble is often shaded by the second largest planet, which is one position nearer to the sun. Uh-huh. I can't do much without the missing part.
Claro que dá para fazer sem a peça que falta. Eu estava fazendo. Agora falta só uma peça aqui, viu como foi fácil?
It matches perfectly, but the color doesn't match. The missing piece has to be blue, but not just any kind of blue. It has to be the light royal blue. Maybe I can blend the paint to make the color from the insignia. Blue. The light royal blue.
Azul.
All right. Though it's not exactly light royal blue, at least it's blue. The paint doesn't need to be distilled. If I'm going to paint that, I'd rather have some pretty paint, like the light blue of the royal insignia.
Então agora eu vou misturar o giz com a água.
Chalk is water soluble, but the chalk is too solid like that to mix up.
O giz no pilão.
Why not? Great. Now I have chalk powder and blisters on my fingers.
Agora a água com o pó de giz.
Let's see. It worked. I made some white paint.
Agora a tinta branca com a tinta azul.
The light royal blue must be somewhere in between. Maybe I should try blending these two. Hey, way to go! I did it! Light royal blue. Light royal blue is the perfect color for my mosaic tile. Much better. It matches perfectly. The mosaic is now complete. Hey, what kind of a sound was that? I think it came from the door back there. Another secret mechanism? The cage is open, but still not very inviting. And now? This fellow has been locked up for quite some time, it seems. Ooh. The cage is bolted. Couldn't have been any different. That looks far from comfortable.
Mão do esqueleto.
Pretty spooky. Oops. Oh dear. Now I must have... Oh my. I'm sorry. I know I wanted a hand, but... Oh dear. It seems that I really have to destroy everything. He already gave me a hand, in a more literal way than I care for. There's an olive twig protruding through the grate. At least something's alive around here. Not a chance. I can't reach them from here. That looks far from comfortable. You use it by tying prisoners onto it. Looks like something was once attached here. A third cage or something. Both cages are hanging from the chain. I'm not strong enough to drag them up. A brazier, so that you're not cold while torturing. As long as the coals don't burn, they're of no use to me.
Que bom, tem uma mão de esqueleto, frasco vazio, balde, calça. E esse braseiro que ele pegou, onde é que foi parar? Eu tenho um punho de esqueleto aqui, que naturalmente o que você faz quando você tem um punho de esqueleto? Você usa um enfeite de meia-lua.
Here, it's a replacement for you. What? No, thank you? You don't happen to be resentful, do you?
E como a cama é de pregos, eu vou usar o alicate para tirar os pregos.
Let's extract some teeth from this patient's jaws.
E agora, como eu tenho que chegar lá em cima para pegar as azeitonas, eu vou entrar na jaula? Se eu tenho um gancho aqui e não tenho ideia do que fazer, claro que eu tenho que usar as calças ali nesse gancho. E se eu tenho calças num gancho, o que eu tenho que fazer? Usar o spot normal nessas calças. Agora eu entro na jaula.
And now?
E faço o spot ficar a bola pesada. Daí caíram as azeitonas ali. Agora eu posso pegar as azeitonas. E para fazer azeite de oliva, eu vou ter que voltar lá no laboratório, né?
I'd better leave it where it is. It does its job and does it well.
Serrote na cama de tortura.
Great. Now I have a rack with a hatch and strained muscles.
O braseiro veio aqui para trás quando acendeu. Por que ele veio aqui para trás quando acendeu? Agora eu devo pegar o spot folha e usar
That could
aqui.
actually work. Maybe I can extract a whispering stone from him that way.
Ah, para tirar a pedra. A mão com a corda.
I think I could make something out of this, but something's still missing. Now look at that. The pliers fit perfectly in its hand.
A mão com alicate com a
I'll tie the
corda.
rope to the pliers. That way, I can use the bone hand as an extension and manipulate the pliers from afar. Well then, brace yourself and go. It's gonna hurt me more than you, buddy. Well, not in a literal sense, of course. How about that? The Whispering Stone. Finally, I've got it back. The Whispering Stone. Finally, I've got it back. I think Spot is getting tired. It's been a rough day after all, and it doesn't seem to be over yet.
Azeitonas.
Yes, that could work. Here we go. There, I distilled my own olive oil. The only question is, how can I reach up there? Oh dear. did it!
Então já fez, agora eu só tenho que chegar lá em cima para pegar o azeite.
My distilled olive oil is finished, but how can I reach it? I can't reach it.
Usar o spot de fogo nesse
If
vídeo?
I can't reach it, Spot would be the last one to do so. He's much smaller and weaker. So there. Oh dear, that won't work. As bad as I am at taking aim, but unless I have a better idea... what the heck? How about that? I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Ah, caiu aqui.
Hey, those are shards of glass from my olive oil distillate. Oh no, the cow ate it all. What am I supposed to do now?
Ordenhar a vaca para pegar o azeite de oliva no leite dela.
The idea is somewhat absurd, but as long as I don't have any other... How about that? I think I've really earned that. Hand-picked, hand-distilled, and hand-milked. There aren't many occasions when you can say something like that for yourself.
What are you doing there?
What does it look like? I'm putting oil into the grease tube.
What? Without a funnel? You'll spill it all!
Come off it.
The planetary system is a highly sophisticated mechanism. It has to be handled with maximum care.
All right, if you think so, a funnel.
If you please.
Então é isso. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.